welcome to the Real Deal of Hollywood. We keep learning real stories of real people who are the real deal. Today, our guest is Gigi Yam, TV host, entrepreneur, and a very influential person. Hello, Gigi. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Gigi, I learned that you come from a very traditional family and you were involved in a restaurant business. What inspired your interest in the entertainment business and what inspired you to become a host?
When you say traditional, I think you mean like culturally traditional. I don't know. I think like my my mom actually passed away when I was young, like when I was 11 years old. So I have a twin sister. My twin sister and I moved to the United States to live with my uncle and auntie. They're my dad's younger brother and his family. So traditional wise, no, they're pretty westernized. You know, growing up, I coming to America, they're not very traditional, but as in the sense of culturally, but a traditional family, I guess so. Why am I, how did I get started with the industry? Because yeah, my family, they own like restaurant. Growing up, I work in Chinese restaurant, Japanese restaurant, Thai restaurant. They have all these restaurants, and I managed and I owned. So I was in pretty deep into the restaurant business. But then I guess it's chance. Everybody is somehow intrigued by the business. Like you watch TV, you watch movies, you listen to songs. So everybody somehow wants to be involved somehow. And for myself is I still lived in San Diego at the time, but I came up for the Jay Leno show. Like I went to watch the Jay Leno show, and then afterward I went to a restaurant and we went to the same school. A gentleman, we went to the same school, but we never met in the school. I knew that he was from that school, and then he worked in a radio station that my sister listened to like all the time. So that's how I got into the radio business, and then. Afterward, I decided to move up to LA, and then the Chinese TV station TVB, they were hiring, and I just got lucky, I guess.
You were born in Hong Kong and you came to US. How did you feel this transition?
Hong Kong and US, they're very different. Even though Hong Kong is more westernized in a sense, in the Asia, in the China, like within all the cities in China, but it is still so hard to adjust. It's two complete different cultures. So there are 100 different types of not used to it, and there's like probably 1,000 embarrassing moments that came up during which, but through my cousins, I have two cousins. They were born and raised here in U.S. and also watching a lot of TVs, Full House. Basically, I was watching everything that my little cousin was watching, listening to the bands that she liked, listening to the New Kids on the Block. And so, somehow you just, well, I was kind of young, so I was only 13, 14 when I came to US. So you just get used to it.
You host TV programs. You are in film and TV. You also host other events. How do you feel the difference between hosting an event and TV program?
Okay, so when you say films and TVs, yes, I have worked on those, but only like I was never properly trained. It was just chances, and somehow, I was just helping friends, and most of the characters that I play are pretty similar to myself. Like, it's very hard for me to play someone that is not me. So, and for TV programs, like I do news, I also do hosting, like I do interviews and other things, but they're all, I'm just playing myself, so that's something that is different from acting. As for hosting a event, now, doing films, doing TVs, even TV programs, even when I do news, our station, we do recording. So if we do it wrong, like today, if we do it wrong, I just go, stop, I need to record it again, you know. But for events, you can't, you know. For events, you have to be a lot. Well, for both, you have to be very prepared. But for live events, you just have to be very quick. You have to think very fast if something goes wrong, or even before something goes wrong, you want to already, you know, try to stop it. So that's the major difference.
What were your first steps when you started hosting?
Oh, my first step. It's kind of like this. When you work at a TV station, I told you I started working for TVB, then people naturally think that you can host a show. But back then, everything from TVB I did was recorded. So working for my first live event was a disaster. And I must admit that, you know, when I was younger, I was not as well prepared as you did. At least you know all your questions. I didn't. So yeah, it's a lot of struggling. It's a lot of trying. But for me, I think it was just chance that brought me into the industries, and then eventually, between being on TV, doing films, you know, acting or anything else, comparing to live event hosting, I actually enjoy event hosting the most. Live event, the fun, the excitement, you know, something that you just can't change. That's it, you know, that's you have one chance and your only chance.
What types of exercises and preparation do you do in order to get to the spot where you are right now?
This is a wonderful question, you know, for anyone who might be interested. Preparation is 99% of the game. 90%, okay, maybe. Preparation is 90% of the game. I think what we're doing now, you know, what you're doing, hosting a, you know, interview, acting, live events, all of that, you need a lot of preparation. So I'm going to go into like live event. Let's say today I'm doing a charity event. I need to know about the charitable organization. I need to be able to just sit here and be able, like stand here and be able to talk for like 15 minutes until whatever that thing is done. So for that 15 minutes, I need to be able to find out what I have prepared for what this organization is about, and then talk. Or, you know, I need to know the people down there, who they are, and be able to maybe do some interaction or, you know, talk. Well, you know, that's what live entertainment is about, like live event is about.
What other businesses are you involved in except entertainment?
Okay, so well, currently I'm doing news, so that's an entertainment. I still do a lot of live events, and I'm also involved with a few charitable organizations, especially two that I'm actually on the board of, and that's something that I'm very passionate about. With the whole, you know, the Asian hate crime going on, I try to do a little bit more to, so if there are rallies, then I would try to go, or if there's anything that needs to be reported, then I try to go to.
How did you feel the difference between the entertainment business in Hong Kong and Hollywood?
Hong Kong has a very different atmosphere comparing to even China and Hollywood. Hollywood you have a lot of chances. Like China has the most at this time, but here in Hollywood you have like if you want, I mean not during the COVID time, but you can have like 3 audition like every week, you know, and to try to find a role that's good for you, and to try to work on something, you know, to get work. But in Hong Kong, you have there are like maybe 3 channels that you can go through to get into the business. If you are not with one of those, then you're pretty much done deal. Right now, you know, it's the internet era, okay, the social media platform era. So that's good. You know, there are actually more chances for people to get to be famous enough into getting into the entertainment business. You know, you get YouTube, you know, TikTok and all the different things.
What would you advise new American talents who want to develop in China and entertainment business?
Like I said earlier, China has so many chances right now, so many chances. When I say so many chances, doesn't necessarily mean that it's easier for you to get up there. But while Hong Kong has like, I don't know, maybe like 100 movies like annually, while Hollywood has like thousands, China also has like movies wise, but they do a lot of like internet stuff. They do a lot of 微电影. They do a lot of what 网片, you know, like so there. I'm talking about hundred thousands of chances of, you know, like TV movies and all that's going on. So it's actually not too hard to find work. But the thing about China is sometimes, you know, if you do good, even in a small role, sometimes you get recognized like that. And when you do that, you need to grab that chance. You know, you need to make sure that you're prepared for that chance.
What would you advise talents who just started in the entertainment business in hosting?
I keep saying like preparation, but I kind of want to share my experience. When I first started with like CVB, I just met my husband, and I was like head over heel in love. Okay, all I could think about is him, and I wasn't really focused on work. And then at the time, a really big time Hong Kong like actress came, and I was supposed to interview her. My God, was I not prepared? I was not prepared at all. On my way driving to the event, I was just thinking about questions. So you can imagine how poorly those questions was written. No research at all. Even though she's like really famous, that I should already know about her, but that, you know, like I didn't know what she was currently working on and all that. And so one of my questions was like, yeah, like, so what would you advise, you know, for like new, you know, people like hosts and stuff. And she didn't say that I was not prepared, but she definitely implied it. Like, she's like, well, I think preparation is, you know, very important. And that was the kind of like, at the time it didn't hit me, okay? When we air it on TV, I was like, maybe that's about me. But still, at the time, I was like, I was young and I wasn't really focused, and I didn't really think that all the chances that I was given was very valuable. Working on one of the events that I was talking to my boss then, Sam, and he said, yeah, you know, like, you're the face on the show. If this is done poorly, people are not going to think that, the station sucks, you know, who sucks, what sucks? You, as a host, is your reputation. I think that really hit me, and that's like a long time ago, over like 10 years ago, and I was like, yeah, you know, he's right. And I think it was since then, the two people that right now I feel so, like, God, I owe so much to, that who told me about preparation. And it is your reputation that's on the line.
Are you interested becoming a talent manager or agent?
Honestly, I would feel bad for the person I'm managing if I am their agent or manager, because in some way I am really traditional. Like, I have a really traditional Chinese thinking, which is I think that it's okay to do a little bit more. To, you know, it's okay that you don't, like, you suffer a little loss sometimes. Like, you don't always have to, like, if I get this much money for my work, I think it's okay to do more. But then as a manager, you want to fight for your client, least work, most money, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not really good at that. I don't think I'm really good at that. But as a liaison, or as like a person who's always connecting people, I love to do that, and I help people for free for that.
Could you share with us your 3 recipes of success in life?
It's always about the same thing. I would say hardworking, resilience, but perseverance. But all the same thing is like perseverance. You know, if you, because you win some, you lose some in life. You know, if in Chinese we think that you lose 9-8, you win 1-2. But from my point of view, I think in life, you know, especially during this era, we still win more than we lose. But you're gonna eventually lose. And when you do, you just gotta get up and try again. You gotta get up and try again. You gotta work really hard. So that's why I think it's very important. So perseverance, that's one thing. And then I think gratitude. Gratitude is something that's so important. If you are not grateful in life for what you have, you're not grateful in life for the people who lead you there, you're not grateful in life for the chances that you get, even though you're at the top of the mountain, you're gonna fall. You're gonna fall, and you will not know what's going on. And you know, if you're not grateful with the people who help you, you're not grateful with the family who supported you, then even though you're successful, you won't be able to enjoy it. So I think graciousness, being grateful, that's very important. The last thing I would say, there's so many things, but I think integrity. Integrity is something that's very important. In life, if you don't have a principle about what's right and wrong, and then you don't hold on to that, you're just gonna keep falling and falling. And like many of the movies right now, many of the TV shows, movies right now, they go so much into detail about like once you step in the wrong zone, and then how you would continue to fall. I've been watching so many the Chinese Korean dramas, and then I feel like I think the difference between the older TV shows and the newer TV shows is like right now we teach so much about what's right and wrong, and we really try to take this chance, you know, when you have such a big platform to show people what's going on, and we use this platform to tell people what's right and wrong. And so I think in life, that's something that you need to, you know, make sure that you hold on to, and it's being right and wrong.